This is the only way you're gonna make a few type of money in 2025 and for the rest of your life. Why? Because my clients are doing so. As you can see right here, 927,000 USD cash collected within just a month. Again, 500K, another 500K, another 500K right here. The least of my clients actually made 102,000 USD cash collected within a single month. These are the payments, as you can see right here. This is from Stripe. This is cash collected, guys. I want you to understand that this is cash collected, not just revenue generated. We've got spend per customer, 3,700. Average revenue per user, 1,000 USD. The best part of this video and why you should watch it is because I've got an action plan that is tailored for you. Whether you're a coach, a consultant, any service provider, you can leverage this strategy, you can leverage this action plan, and it is going to literally take you from 0 to over 100K. Not just 100K, 100K and plus, because this strategy is simple, the action plan is simple. All you have to do is just apply it. It is based on actually creating content and generating views like this. As you can see, we have managed to generate millions of views within just 1 month. We've got 2.1 million views right here within 60 days. We've got, actually, this is my favorite, best client, 559,000 views with actually 75% non-followers coming from IG Reels. This is powerful. This is insane. And no, you don't need to have a qualified audience. You don't need to be some sort of influencer. You can just be like this client right here or even less. And this is exactly what I'm going to be showing you on this video, and also how you can monetize it, how you can build your offer, what to do exactly. So first of all, we need to do a quick reality check. You need to understand this graph, because if you don't understand this graph, you can't move forward and there is nothing that I can do for you. So in this life, we've got tiers to this game. When it comes to entrepreneurship, being an infopreneur, an entrepreneur, there's levels to the game. We've got people making anywhere between 1 million to 10 million in a month. And these are basically people in tier 1. We've got people making anywhere between 500K to 1 million every single month. And these are people who are in tier 2. Then we've got people making anywhere between 100K to 500K. And this is tier 3. And most of you watching this video fall into this category. You're a tier 4. You can be a tier 4 intermediate. And this is the case where you're making anywhere between actually less than 10K. You can be a tier 4 pro and you're making anywhere between 10K to 50K every single month. And you can be a tier 4 expert. And in this case, you're making anywhere between 50K to 100K. So you need to first of all understand where you are here on this graph. You need to find yourself, because this strategy actually is very basic, because you're going to be copying whatever tier above you and you're going to do exactly what they're doing. So if you're a tier 4 expert, you're going to be exactly copying to a T every single thing and outsmart everyone who's in tier 3 and do exactly as they do. It's that simple. So quick reality check. We've got tier 1. Who do we have in tier 1? And what do these people have and how can it benefit you, the one who's in tier 4? Anywhere between 0 to 100K. We've got Alex Hormozi. What does he have? Presence on social media. I did put Snapchat right here because so many people underestimate the power of Snapchat and how much money you can make off this platform and how many qualified viewers, qualified clients are actually on this platform. So for example, when it comes to Alex Hormozi, he's present on all social media. He's got a strong, unique positioning. He's got his own story and he's got his own values and standards. Now, he's got a vehicle, which is basically the service, the product that he sells, and we all know what the fuck he sells. But when it comes to positioning and story and value and standards, why the fuck do you think Alex Hormozi always wearing this hat? What do you think he's always wearing like these fucking t-shirts? And he's got the same style. If I say Alex Hormozi, you're gonna have this picture in your brain of him in one single unique style. Why? Because that is how he wants you to see him. This is what is called a strong positioning. And same thing applies for Andrew Tate. For example, why the fuck do you think he's always fit? This is right after he got out of jail. The first thing he did was to fucking shave his beard. Why? Because again, this is positioning. That's how he wants you to look at him. And these guys, everyone who's in tier 1, we've got Iman Gachi, Leila Hormozi, Huda Katan. I kid you not, or I bet actually most of you watching this video, you don't even know this girl. But most importantly, all these guys, they have a couple things in common. Social media presence, strong position in story and values and standards, them being humans and sharing who they are to the people, and then they've got actually a vehicle to sell you on. Again, same thing applies to people in tier 2, the ones making anywhere between 500K to 1 million. So in tier 2, we've got Charlie Morgan. Who does not know Charlie Morgan? If you're watching this video, there are high chances that you do know Charlie Morgan. He's present on YouTube, like he's the GOAT of providing and dropping value. He's also present on Instagram, but he is also providing value, because value when it comes to his industry and his market. Why? Because those are his values and his standards. He is known for providing value. And also, why the fuck do you think he's always wearing this black t-shirt right here or this white and gray? Same style. When you say Charlie Morgan, same style, same image appears in your mind. Why? Because that's how he wants you to look at him, and this is how he positioned himself by being the guy who's always dropping value on YouTube. Very simple. And he's got a vehicle to sell you on, which is basically his community, and also he's got a mastermind. Again, same thing goes to Hamza, the guy with the bath. Is this a fucking bathrobe? Whatever the fuck this is. He's leveraging it in every single picture on his social media accounts. So Instagram, this is YouTube, this is another YouTube channel, this is actually X. So why do you think he's doing this? Because he is basically positioning himself in a strong way, a unique way that you can look at him and refer to him as. And this is exactly what you need to do. Again, these are people in tier 2, and we've got a lot. We've got Liam Otley, he's around, he does AI, Nick Sarev AI, Brez, TJR, so many people. Now, we've got tier 3 people, and these are the best entrepreneurs that you should be looking up to as a tier 4, basically, because they are making 100K plus every single month. You've got Carson Reed. What does he do? He's just a kid. He's 18 years old. He's making 400 to 500K per month. What does he do? He's positioning himself as a cool kid who's basically making money online. Watches, like clean outfits, living he's sharing the lifestyle. And over YouTube, what is he doing? He is sharing value around the vehicle that he is selling you into, which is basically AI, as you can see right here. This is his vehicle. He's got a mentorship, a mastermind that you fucking pay, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10K. You hop on it and he teaches you exactly what he does. It's that simple. And same thing goes to Masterstam, Sui, Nick Settins. So now, most importantly is, how can you, the person who is basically right here in tier 4, how can you leverage tier 3 to basically be making 100K plus a month? The first thing that you're going to be doing, and the first thing that you're going to understand, is basically you need to have one simple, irresistible offer. So many people, and so many of you watching this video, love to complicate this part. It is so simple. Have a target a specific ICP with real pain, real fucking pain. Solve problems, solve market problems, do research, ask entrepreneurs, talk to them. If you're not solving, if you're not providing real problem solutions, your service, whatever the fuck you sell, is not gonna sell. Dig deeper into the niche. If you want to work within the fitness niche, for example, do you want to work with people who actually provide how fat loss or bulking? When it comes to fat loss, do you work with coaches who actually are in a certain type of diet, for example, vegan diet, so for example, keto diet? If you deep down into every single niche, there is more to it. And that's exactly what you need to be doing. What you're going to do is you're going to focus on high ticket only. Of course, this is when you master your skill. You should actually sell transformations. And the only way to do this is to master your skill. So if you're not mastering your skill, go master your skill. When you focus on high ticket, you need to be selling your service at a minimum fee of 3K and more. This is the minimum fee you should be selling your service at. Of course, you're going to be providing a done with you offer. You're not going to be doing a done for you, because there's no fucking way you're going to scale to 100K plus. And you're going to be providing a guarantee, a risk reversal, and it does not need to be crazy. So many people love to make this part so complicated. Your guarantee is this: I work with you for X period of time. If I don't reach the result that we agreed on within X period of time, I'm going to work with you for free until I do. That is it. Very simple. Don't fucking complicate this part. Now, high ticket is the only way to scale a small channel. What the fuck do I mean by small channel? Now, from all these social media platforms, you need to be smart and you need to take action real quick and know which social media platform to leverage. For you, it's going to be YouTube. Why? Because YouTube at this very moment, it is actually a trend that is helping micro niche channels scale very fast and very simple. Now, the way you need to be looking at YouTube, actually, when it comes to YouTube, this is not a current trend. It's always been this, because YouTube have got algorithms. How does these algorithms work? If you've done meta ads, and if you know your way around meta ads, you understand that there is targeting. When it comes to YouTube, the same language that you're going to be using when you create your content, that algorithm is going to take that language and it's going to target your videos, your content to a specific persona. It's that simple. So if you want to work with doctors, you need to fucking know the language of doctors. If you want to work with mechanics, you need to know the vocabulary of mechanics. Otherwise, you won't be able to target them within your content. That means you don't have experience in that niche. So how would you want to help these guys? How do you want to sell your service to these guys when you cannot talk to them? So pick a niche that you have experience in. If you don't have experience, go get experience. It's that simple. So first of all, you're going to be building a smart value brand. What do I mean by a smart value brand? It's basically a brand where you are being human and meanwhile you are dropping value. You are sharing value with others, but you are not sharing your whole story, your fucking life. No one gives a fuck about that. They just want the transformation. They just want value in your videos that would lead them to a transformation. Now, you're going to be building a micro niche channel, which basically you're going to be creating content around current real pain points. Again, real pain points of your IVP. So IVP is the idea of your profile. What you're going to do, you're going to provide solutions to your IVP. Again, you're going to be talking their language. I cannot insist on this enough, because if you don't talk the language of your IVP, your content will not reach them. This is the only hack when it comes to YouTube. There's no fucking secret how to go viral, how to do any other type of shit. You need to talk the language of your client. Very simple. This is how they are going to resonate with you, and this is how the platform is actually going to boost your content and recommend it to them. So you're going to be making your videos minimum 10 to 20 minutes, pure value, transformational videos. If I watch your video and at the end I take action upon whatever you said and there is no transformation, there is no reason for me to watch your video. Your video, your content, your message must lead me to a transformation. Otherwise, there is no need for me to watch it. Again, longer videos, 30 to 60 minutes, have the highest conversion rates, which means if you do a video of 30 to 60 minutes, that means you're dropping source, you're dropping real value. So people are gonna watch it. And if the retention is, of course, it stays high, your conversion rate is gonna be high. Now, your mission is to build a funnel of videos across YouTube. First video around value, second video around value, third video around value, fifth video around value. Once you keep doing this for 15 to 30 videos, there is a chance that at 70, 80%, you're gonna build a qualified audience. If you are consistent with it, you're gonna build that fucking qualified audience. Then you're gonna do a VSL, which is gonna be another YouTube video, but this is a topic to another time. Now, when you do all of this, you're gonna increase your watch time, you're gonna increase your credibility, you're gonna increase your trust, which is basically gonna nurture your leads on autopilot, because you've got YouTube videos that are working for you. These are your fucking virtual assistants that are basically doing the job 24/7, 365 a day for you. And this is basically going to lead you to a smooth sale. And yes, the secret, the recipe to this is authenticity and transparency level should be at the max. You need to be with maximum authenticity and transparency. Now, once you've hit 20 to 30K, because yes, I might sound fucking crazy, but doing this the right way, it is going to lead you to actually making 20 to 30K per month. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of grind, especially if you've never done content before. But this is the shift that you need to make, because the future is for founder-led businesses. If you don't know what a founder-led business is, basically where the founder is the face of the business. If the founder falls, the business falls. If the founder basically goes out to people and people get to know him and he builds an audience around him, his business is actually going to be making millions every single month. And this is the future, because people buy from people. It's that simple. Now, step 2 is to build a personal brand. And how are you going to do that? You're not going to reinvent the wheel. You're basically going to go back to this reality, the reality graph that I've shared with you, and you're going to deeply analyze what every single tier, every single person I've put into this graph, and you're going to analyze what they're doing, their presence across multiple social media platforms, their positioning, how they share their story and how they share their values and standards, and how they go from sharing this to actually selling and monetizing the audience they build by leveraging their positioning and their standards and their values. So you're going to go into these tiers, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, and you're going to actually deeply analyze them. If you want access to this whole Miro board, just comment reality down below and I'll give you access to it, and you can actually analyze these guys, and you're going to have a lot better understanding that is going to help you scale and build your business. Very simple. Briefly, in summary, you need to share your human side. That's how you can build your personal brand. You need to share your human side. You need to share your personal stories. You need to show your transformations and achievements, because let's say you were making 5K per month. Now you've hit 20, 30K per month. This is life-changing money. people are going to be interested. People would want to know, what the fuck have you done? They would want to know your core values, your principles that took you from making 5K to making 30K per month. And where are you going to share that with people? Is basically across multiple social media platforms, and you need to be actually omnipresent. But if you're just starting, based on your ICP, where they spend their most time, it can be Instagram, TikTok, X, Snapchat. You're going to share whatever the fuck your audience want to see. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I will answer you regarding this specific topic about personal branding. Now, what you are not going to stop is YouTube content creation. Creating YouTube videos, this is something that you're never going to stop, but you're going to implement a different side when it comes to YouTube. And at this point, you're going to be sharing your lifestyle vlogs, anything that is related to your personal life, not just business, because people would actually resonate and buy more from you and get nurtured easily if they see your human side. So you, at this stage, when step 2, basically building a personal brand, what you're doing is basically you're letting the marketing does 80% of the job and leave 20 to the sale. Unfortunately, in this market, everyone is doing 80% in sales and doing 20% in marketing. People love to fucking hard sell others. I don't understand why. Anyway, I've got this whole fucking funnel that basically does 80% marketing and 20% leave it for sales. You basically build a flywheel. I've got a video that I've basically created and shared on YouTube. So if you want, I'm going to put the link up here. So just go fucking check it out. But before you go, let's first finish this video. Now, most common questions that entrepreneurs, infopreneurs, people wanting to scale ask themselves: which platform to post on, how to find winning video ideas, how to package my videos, your videos, titles and thumbnails, how to script your videos, short and long form, and how to get qualified views. The answer to these questions is right here. And the answer is very simple. Life is about simplicity. The more you fucking complicate it, the harder you're going to achieve your goals. The simpler you make it, the easier it is for you. So which platform to post on? Very simple. Again, if your monthly revenue is below 20 to 30K, focus on YouTube, build a micro personal channel. Very simple. That is all you have to do. Speak the language of your audience, of your ideal profile viewer. Speak their language, push value content, transformational content, push it to them. You're going to scale to 20 to 30K per month. And alongside actually making money, you're also building a micro niche channel. And also you're going to be actually mastering a lot of skills: ideation, scripting, learning how to hook your viewers, talking on camera. And these skills right here are actually priceless, because you're going to need them forever. If you don't have these skills in 2025, I don't know, no comments. Basically, you're going to focus on building a solid, smart brand. That is all you have to do if you are making below 20 to 30K. Focus on building your smart brand, which consists and it is basically relied on you building a micro niche channel on YouTube. Now, in the case where you're making above 20 to 30K per month, now you can you must be omni-social present, as I've mentioned earlier. And at this stage, you're going to be building your personal brand. You build also an owned audience. If you don't know what an owned audience is, because whatever audience you build across multiple social media platforms, all these platforms, you don't fucking own the platform. You don't own your account. Actually, YouTube does, TikTok does, Instagram does. The only owned audience you can own is basically emails. This is a different video for a different time. Leave it in the comments if you want to know more about this. But most importantly, it's basically you need to resonate psychologically with your ICP and make them a fan. Very simple. This is the goal of building your personal brand. Again, to summarize this, to answer this question, this is very simple. Making less than 20K a month, go fucking build a micro YouTube channel. If you're making over 20K a month, you must be omni-social present and you need to post on multiple social media platforms. Now, the second question, actually, this is the best question. So, how to find winning video ideas? Simply, you're gonna leverage and copy outlier videos even outside your niche for ideas. What do I mean by an outlier? What is an outlier video? You're going to be using a tool called vidIQ. They have a Chrome extension. I want you to go open an account, download it, and it's going to look something like this on YouTube once you have the extension. You're going to have scores under each video you have. For example, this is an outlier score of 34x. Again, this is an outlier score of 99x. This is the best it can get to, fucking 100x. So, and also you might have things like this. So for example, if this is a 27x, but you might have a 3.4x, a 2.6x. When it comes to outliers, I don't want you to be looking for these outliers right here in blue. I want you to look at outliers, anything above 10x. Anything above 10x, it's something that you should study. It's an idea that you should consider. Anything that is basically above 50, it's a fucking winning video. You need to really understand that video. So to keep it brief, anything above 10x is huge performance. Keep an eye on 50 plus outlier scores because you won't always find them, and focus on recent videos. Old videos might be good, maybe a video that was created 2 years ago. If you reproduce it, maybe there's a trend around it. Obviously, if it's not saturated, you need to use your brain and think a little bit. So bringing old videos might be good, but always focus on recent ones because this is the best thing, especially if it's a recent video and it did the 50x. That's a fucking huge idea that you can leverage for your niche, for your ICP, create content around it and push it onto the algorithm. Is going to perform well. Now, to actually explain exactly what an outlier is, it reflects the relative performance, not the absolute value. So it measures how a video's view count compares to the channel's average video performance. Let's say, for example, your channel average, you post on your channel consistently, you've got 10 videos. Those 10 videos have on average 1,000 views, and then your 11th video, you basically get 10,000 views from 1,000. That is a 10x because we said your average videos usually get 1,000 views. Now your 11th got basically 10,000 views. That is a 10x when it is compared to the average views your usual videos do get. That is very simple the way I explained it. If you did not really get it, just fucking deep it down. So now the second question, now that we're done with finding ideas, which is very simple, and also have a Google Sheet, a document, for example, like this. This is what I use with my team. So YouTube outliers. Okay, so this basically, we've got the date, YouTube link, title, outlier score. Here we've got 4.8x. Why? Because I really like the video. I got interested in it. 9.7x. To this date, this video, I think it got more. So the outlier score updates within time, because the last time I did put this was on the 30th of June, which was quite a long time ago when compared with the recording time. So I've got a performance tracker right here. So on the 6th of June, it had 19,000 views. Then I've got my feedback, my team's feedback. So that's that. Have a sheet like this, and that I call it the ideation bank. So you need to have your ideation bank. Now, the third question, how to package your videos, titles and thumbnails. Again, reproduce the outlier video based on your service, your product. When it comes to the title, keep it simple. You want to hack? Your title should be between 40 to 50 characters, maximum 60. Why? For optimization, for phone optimization. So many people watch your videos on their phone. Not everyone watches their videos on their fucking big TV or their laptop. So you need to optimize for the phone. And to do so, you need to keep your titles under 60 characters. And you need to at least have 3 different titles inspired from the outlier video. So when it comes to creating titles, your titles can lead the same thing when it comes to a thumbnail. As you can see here, thumbnails, you can have thumbnails around curiosity, you can show transformations, you can create fear of missing out. The same thing, the same engineering thinking you need to use when it comes to creating your titles. Why? Because your title should either tell and send the message of you saying that you can solve X problem, or it creates curiosity and fear of missing out about a single thing, or it actually says, listen, just make me curious about whatever the fuck the video is, like how I made 1 million in a week. Instantly, I get curiosity and I want to click, like, how the fuck is it possible to do so? So when it comes to thumbnails, it must be engineered before you film the video. This is the only hack I can give you. Why? Because packaging the video is the most important part when it comes to creating YouTube videos. If you don't have your package ready, your video, basically, you won't be able to produce it. Even though recording and preparing and all of this scripting is very important, but it's not as important as the title and the thumbnail. A winning video, everyone knows it. I'm repeating myself. A winning video is basically a winning title and a winning thumbnail. It's that simple. When it comes to thumbnails, the same engineering we basically used in titles, which is around curiosity, transformation, problem to solution, and fear of missing out. It must 100% relate to the video context and sends a clear message to your viewer persona. So whatever you say in your title and whatever you say in your thumbnail, whenever the viewer clicks on it and starts watching the video, there must be a relation between the message that actually attracted them and the video context. If your thumbnail, for example, is about how to lose weight, and then I start watching your video and it's about how to bulk, that is bad. YouTube are basically gonna mess up your channel and you won't be getting views. Don't do that, please. So now, The fourth question, how to script your videos. A lot of people struggle when it comes to this. However, it's very simple. So first of all, you need to start with the hook. You need to hook your viewer. How do you do that? The first 3 seconds, make a claim, show a proof of payment, numbers, whatever your ICP relates to. It does not need to be numbers. If you're not making huge numbers, it doesn't have to be numbers. If you have the solution to a certain problem, make that your hook. Say that you can solve X problem by doing Y solution in Z time, for example. Just make something catchy, something attention grabbing. Seek for attention. That is all you need to do, the hook, to capture my attention, your viewer attention. So as you can see right here, it can also be a proof of you solving a certain pain point, not necessarily money on numbers. Obviously, what you need to do is you need to demonstrate your expertise and that you know what you are talking about within the first 120 seconds. You need to basically sound like you believe, not like, you need to fucking believe in what you say. This is the recipe. If you don't believe and if you don't sound credible, how do you want others to trust you? It's very simple. Tonality, how you speak, how you use your words, how you leverage your tone changes the game for you. Focus on this and take notes. Now, when it comes to actually a soft CTA within the first 120 seconds, I don't always recommend doing this, but a soft CTA, if you know how to place it, it's good. When I say a soft CTA, it does not mean, oh, go fucking press on the link down below and work with me. No, not like that. Something funny. Be funny, a joke, and if you're not following me, go follow me already. Something funny, right? When it comes to actually positioning your CTAs, I've got this graph right here that we're gonna go through in details, and you're gonna understand very well where to position your call to actions. Now, we've got the body of your video. In this section of your video, you need to create patterns and break them, rehook and engage your viewer. So now that you've hooked me within the first 120 seconds of your hook, now you are basically opening a loop and closing a loop. So all you're doing within a video is basically you're opening and closing loops. And how does that go? Basically, we relate to that with the retention rate. So basically what you need to do, your goal is not to let my retention come here to 0. You're constantly trying to keep it here, which is almost impossible. No video has actually a retention rate of 100%, but you need to do your best to basically give me the information and always create some sort of curiosity that I need to keep watching the video up until the end. That is how you basically create patterns and break the patterns. Basically, you open loops and you close loops. Now, the key to that is by engaging your viewer. How? Creating FOMO and excitement, as I just mentioned. Position your CTA accordingly with retention rates and deliver transformational value. Right, so now, when it comes to CTAs, this is the most important part when it comes to creating YouTube. Otherwise, you will never be able to monetize your micro niche channel. So we've got the soft CTA, which is at 120 seconds. Then we've got the main CTA, and this is right after you deliver the value. So if your video is solving X problem and we reach to the part where that's it, that's the solution. You gave me the solution. Your main CTA needs to be there. You need to call me to either work with you or to actually follow you on Instagram or whatever your CTA is. This is where your main CTA is. And then at the outro, you've got another CTA because this is where whoever watches the video till the end, they are basically your ideal buyer. They are your ideal client profile because they are really interested and they resonated with you. Again, if you're an expert when it comes to content creation, especially YouTube videos, you can leverage what I call the smart psychological CTAs. And these are CTAs that we place them between the soft CTA and the main CTA. So these are really difficult. You don't need to worry about them for now. Just focus on the soft CTA at the end, your main CTA at the middle, and your outro CTA. And of course, you need to basically deliver transformational value non-stop. When it comes to the outro, just make sure it is 100% engaging with the CTA. What do we mean by engaging? You don't need to be a clown on your video. Just call me to do an action. This is exactly what I mean by engaging. Whether the action being to follow you on YouTube, on Instagram, whether to book a call with you, just make it engaging. Make me engage with you. Now, the last and most important question, which is how to get qualified views. Unfortunately, there is no fucking hack on how to get views. The only hack and the only thing I can share with you is you must share the information and sell the implementation. This is the only way. You share the information, transformational information, and you sell the implementation. This is the only way that is going to lead you to getting qualified views. Your videos must be easy to understand, as if you're talking to someone who do not know a thing. Like, just make it basic, as if you're talking to a kid, not a baby, because babies, they don't speak, right? But as if you're talking to a kid, a 7-year-old, make it step by step. That is the fucking recipe. That is what you need to do. A proper breakdown of every single detail. Talk to your viewers as if it is the first time they learn whatever your video is about, exactly, and see it like you are parenting someone. This is actually really cool. I like how the parenting someone bit. Exactly. So you need to consider yourself as if you're parenting someone and you are showing them the way, showing them the path. And how do you do that? By keeping every single detail simplified. This is it. And of course, you won't get qualified views without taking action and being consistent, because the only way to actually reach that 20K, 30K per month, or even 100K per month is by taking action, fucking pressing record and filming the video. That is the only way. So, summary to this whole fucking questions, what you have to do and your action plan is basically build an outlier library for each week. Tip, you can focus on more recent videos, avoid old videos. So, leverage vidIQ to actually find outlier videos for ideas. Study the outlier videos that you find here in depth in terms of titles, ideas, and problems solved. Also, you need to study and understand their thumbnails and their hooks, structure and pattern breaks. You analyze and you study the outlier video, and you plan and structure your next future video based on the outlier that you chose. Now, you need to have at least 3 titles ready, engineered based on the outlier video you chose, because the outlier video performed really well for X reasons, and you need to basically analyze and understand the outlier video and engineer your title based on that video. You're not reinventing the wheel. This is very important. Do not think you're smart, because we are not. We just need to copy what fucking worked. That is that. We are lazy human beings, right? So just copy what worked. That's that. That's the recipe. Structure your video. Write down your script on a paper, on a Google Doc, whatever suits you best. I personally like to write my scripts on paper with my hand. Why? Because I feel like I am actually doing it, writing it on my computer. I don't like doing that. So whatever, I see it like journalism. If you like writing, write your script by hand. Very simple. And revise it and work on your pattern breaks. I cannot insist enough on the pattern breaks, soft CTAs and CTAs. Finally, again, take action and record. It might be difficult at first, but it is a learning curve. Rule of 100. If you do 100 videos, you are going to become a fucking expert. So it's either you adapt or you get eliminated. Now, we did talk about how you're going to get that attention, but we didn't really talk about the simple funnel that will take you to 100K a month. So all of these steps that we went through right here, this is just to show you how you get the attention, how you grab the attention. Now, we need to convert that attention into paying clients. How do we do that? We have a very simple funnel that I'm going to be sharing with you. And this is I think it's one of the less complicated funnels that you can see online, and it works like fucking incredibly. This is what's making my clients these results, as you can see right here. These numbers, men lie, numbers don't. So if you're seeing these numbers right here, right now, and this is the funnel. This is the funnel. This is what we do. So if obviously within your videos, you need to put a link to your Calendly, for example. But if we've got leads coming directly from YouTube, they go through a qualification, whether it can be a Typeform or there is a tool called iClose, which I basically advise you to look at. It's really good. So what you do in the Typeform, you just qualify them. You make sure that if they are coming into the sales call, they are qualified to be on that sales call. When it comes to asking them questions, ask them all the questions that you want to ask. How much money do you make? What are your current struggles? Why do you want to book this call? Ask as many questions as you want, because if people are really in pain, they are going to answer those questions. You're going to have more data to leverage on your sales call. And also, someone who's not really interested in your service, they would get bored of answering those questions. So I only want qualified people to book a call with me, and I only want to work with people who are actually have time to answer those questions. Because if you don't have time to answer questions and you want to scale your business, or you have X problem, that means you're not really serious about solving that problem. So now that we've done the qualification, they book a sales call. On the sales call, you might close them and they might simply become a paying client, and congratulations. If for some reason you don't manage to close them, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to fucking hard sell them. Okay, that's great. You've got their data, you've got their emails because you've collected them here on the Typeform. It's fine. They go back to YouTube, more nurturing. You're going to be posting more. You're going to create more relation with them, more trust, more credibility. And within time, they're going to come back and become a paying client. Why? And this is thanks to basically the flywheel that I've basically did put in here. It's again in a different video. I'll put the link up here if you want to go and watch it. But the second funnel looks like this, and it's also very simple. So leveraging YouTube videos on your niche channel, you basically do a CTA to follow your Instagram. You can put this in the description. You can say it in the video. Just push people to your Instagram, right? Now, on Instagram, you basically are going to be doing a story sequence. You're not going to be posting reels or anything. If you want, you can do that. But once you notice, you can see that people are coming from YouTube to your Instagram because you've made that CTA. Otherwise, why would they come and why would they follow you? So once you notice that there is some sort of action on your Instagram, you can basically start doing a story sequence. This is a little bit complicated because you need to be really good when it comes copywriting and basically typing and creating type in words that hit psychologically with your ICP. So you can basically, on your stories, you can share results, transformations. You have to create curiosity and patterns, and you need to show proof. So you just need to engineer your words in a way when I see that story, I fucking send you a DM. Like, just trigger me. Those stories need to trigger whoever is watching them. And this is a different video for a different time. This is a different skill, but it's another funnel that I leverage with my clients. And of course, we use short form content. This is a little bit more of an advanced funnel, so I advise you to focus on this one only. But for the sake of this video, I'm sharing it with you. Now, we push people to send us a DM leveraging story sequences. And then we focus on DM close. Not necessarily a DM close. It's not like a challenge we have to close them in the DM. The only reason we close people in the DM is the only reason they would have consumed our content for a very long time and they have strong trust with the service provider. This is the only reason. Otherwise, if they don't really know you, if they found out about you last week, even though if you have huge content, a lot of value, and your whole story is out, that they wouldn't really fucking pay you in the DMs because they need to hop on a call out of respect. So if you manage to close them in the DM, congratulations, you've got a paying client. If they ask for a meeting, go and have that meeting. You might close them. You might not close them as well. If you don't close them, no problem. Why? Because they go back and they fall back into this whole sequence again. YouTube for long form, more value, and also they're going to be seeing your stories. They're going to be consuming your short form content. They have nowhere to go because they are in your ecosystem. They're going to be consuming your content. If you solve their pain for real, over time, they're going to come to you. So, again, if there is no DM close, if you don't close them in the DMs, and if they don't want basically the sales call, it's fine as well. Just let them consume your content. They are inside your ecosystem. They have nowhere to go. Now, for you, my follower, my viewer, I hope you've really enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will personally answer you. Also, here's my Instagram. I'm posting a lot of value. If you have any questions, go DM me, follow me on Instagram, and all I've got to say, go fucking out there, enjoy your journey, and I'll see you on the next one.